They won't be. Yeah. They're cleaning up right now. Good morning. All right. How we doing? Oh, yeah, so there's plenty of room up here on the platform if the grass is wet. I guess we had a little surprise sprinkler action this morning. Yeah. It'll dry up pretty quick. Is it gonna rain later? All right. I think it is time. Yeah, is it 9? It is just past 9, so let's get on our feet on this fine morning. We'll come up to the top of the mat, bring the feet together. Is anybody new today? Never been in the park before? Welcome. Hi. Over here too? Welcome. I knew that was a new face. You have a really joyful, bright, shiny energy. Yeah. Anyone in the back new today? Can you hear in the back? A little sound check. Do I get a thumbs up in the back? Can you hear me? Yes, they can hear in the back. All right, so our feet are together, top of the mat. And that is a statement, as if to say, I am here and I am ready. The very first teaching of yoga, probably one of the most important teachings, is Atta Yoga Anusasanam. It means yoga begins now. The exposition of yoga is unfolding right in this moment, right? As we come to the top of the mat and we stand with some purpose, we pull our attention into the moment. And the key word in that teaching is now. How many moments of our lives are we actually spending in the present? Even now as we speak and we step to the top of the mat and we are ready for our practice, most of us have already time traveled. We went into the past, into the conversation you were having right before we started, or you have anticipated something in the future. Right now we're distracted by the music going by, right? So this is your test. Can you feel the mat beneath your feet? Can you feel the breath moving through your body? And regardless of what happens around you, what happened before this and what's going to happen later, can you stay right here with me in this park amongst your community and do your yoga? We're going to start with that breath, and then we're going to start to layer in some movements. And think of it as each time the practice gets more complex, it's just a test to see if you are really here. Let's try. Inhale, reach your arms up high to the sky. See if you can just feel that. Time it. Exhale, the arms come down. That's it. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, the arms come down. It's so simple, but it's going to get more complex. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Fold right in, bow the head humbly. Let's hold here for a moment, just see if we can assess the tension level in the body. Stiffness that may be in there on Saturday morning. Sometimes it's surprising. And if we notice it right at the beginning, sometimes we watch how it dissipates as we move. Let's take a deep breath, come up halfway and look a little forward. Stretch the chest forward. And then exhale, fold again. Lifting from the belly, inhale, let's rise all the way up, flat back, head up, chest up, arms reach. And then pull it right to heart center. You're moving beautifully. Inhale again, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold, fold right in. Lift and lengthen on the inhale. Fold again on the exhale. Rise on the inhale, head up, reach the arms high to the sky, pull it right to the heart. Good. Inhale again, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold, just finding the rhythm of your breath and movement. Lift and lengthen on the inhale. Let's soften the knees, touch the mat. Let's step the right foot back. Stay on the right toes. Root the right hand down and twist open to your left. All 5 toes are kind of gripping the mat behind you. And as I look around, I see some of you have your hips hiked up high in the air, and some of you have them sagging down low to the ground. Can we, in this moment, start to feel into some integration? Draw the legs into the hip sockets, pull the belly into the spine, and then twist a little more from your waist. The back knee should be straight, and the breath is still flowing through you. Don't wait for the pose to be over to go back to your breathing. If your chin feels like it's drawing to the chest, let's draw the chin away from the chest and open up, lengthen the spine, pull the head back. That's it. And then eyes come down, hand comes down. Please step back into plank pose. It's just an upper push-up position. Stay right there, take a breath in, and then you can drop your knees softly, and then we'll all lower the chest forward and down. Come onto the belly. Inhale. Cobra pose. Lay onto the belly. And we're going to spend a little time in Cobra because I'm seeing all kinds of things all over the place. So we're not on the elbows. The hands, the hands are by the chest. The thumbs are by the nipple line. Think about that. Lift your elbows up. And the shoulder heads draw back. The shoulder blades squeeze. So we're getting some nice work in the upper back. And then please keep your hips on the floor and extend your legs long behind you. Press into the toes. Press them down into the floor. Let's take one more breath here. Just feel into that. Try not to squeeze the glutes too much. Just a mild contraction. And then exhale, release. Based on your facial expressions, I'm going to give you a child's pose because I think there was some stiffness there. So push your hips back to your heels. Just tuck the tail down a little bit and then find your way into your first downward facing dog. The legs straighten, the hips rise. It's like an upside down V. Spread your fingers out so you make the most of your handprints. A little push from the hands really does help make the weight go back in the pose. Your head can hang free. Let's take one more breath. And then slowly walk your hands back to your feet. One more time, we'll pause in a forward fold, just letting some of the hamstring tension start to soften. Knees can be a little bit soft or they can be straight depending on what's going on in your lower back and in your legs. And then please, everyone, soften your knees. Tuck your tailbone and tuck your chin. Let's really pull the belly to the spine and rise up. Yep, take your time. Like a rag doll, the arms kind of hang, the head kind of hangs until you stack it all up. That's it. Inhale, let's reach our arms again. Exhale, fold back in. Lift and lengthen, look forward. Walk it out into plank pose. This time we can lower with the knees or not, but lower it all the way onto your belly. Inhale for cobra pose. And then exhale back to down dog. So again, we're finding the rhythm of the breath. The movement and the breath try to sync up. And that work alone will keep you in the present moment. It seems so simple, just breathing and moving. We do it all day long. But in yoga, we do it consciously. It means we're paying attention to how the texture of the mat feels beneath our hands. We're starting to feel into the stretch, lifting the hips a little higher. Really fully present in the sensations of the body and the quality of the breath. Take one more inhale, push back, and then look forward as you exhale. Let's walk our feet back up to the top of the mat. Lift halfway, inhale, and then fold deeply, exhale. Bend your knees, chair pose. You're going to bend your knees and reach your arms like you're sitting in a chair. It does help to have the big toes together. Your knees don't have to squeeze. This one sometimes feels oppressive, right? It's not always our happiest place. but I'm pretty determined to make it happy because I think this one's really useful in life. This is the pose you need in public restrooms, right? Yes. So we don't want to squeeze our knees together. We want to be able to sit back and let the hips be free, right? Draw the tailbone down so you have better aim, right? Think about it. Yes. And I do this because I love you. Yes, I travel a lot. Have you been to India? Have you seen the toilets? Yes. Come to standing all the way up. Stretch. And then bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen only halfway. And then soften the knees so you can touch down. Left leg is going to go back. You stay on your left toes and twist open to your right side. Now if you felt like your left hip just kind of dropped down, pick it up. Pick up the left knee, pick up the left hip, and then bend the right knee so your right hip drops a little more. Yeah, there you go. There's a mindfulness to the form. If the legs pull into the hips a little bit, if you root down with your left hand, you'll probably access a deeper twist in your waistline. Let's take one more breath. And then eyes down, hand down. Go ahead, step back to plank. And lower. You can put the knees down or not. Inhale into cobra pose. And then exhale, down dog. The back bends are looking much better. All right. Please walk your hands back to your feet. For 1 or 2 breaths, let's just grab the ankles and draw the head down. That looks good. Now please bend the right knee a little bit and lean a little extra weight into the left leg. So we just give a little extra to that side. And then play with the other side. Bend the left, lean into the right. Just kind of feel what's going on back there. And then we'll soften both. Start to look forward. Bend your knees 90 degrees, which means you're really going to sit back. Hips low, arms reach forward. Keep the chest low. Think of it being parallel to the ground. So if your chest is way high above your knees, bring it down. Pull the front ribs in. Pull your hips back and your arms forward. Yeah, much better. Now pull the hands right into your heart center. Let's put the right elbow inside the right knee. Twist open to the left side. Stay low in the hips and lift a little higher in the heart. Breathing. You still feel your feet right there on the mat. I know where my feet are, so it means I know where I am. Let's exalt the arms. Left arm up to the sky, right fingertips down to the mat. Keep the arm inside the knee. They're playing with each other. The arm presses the leg, and the leg presses the arm. Is that better? Yeah. Take one more breath here, and now straighten your left leg. Create a little more space. The poses are not meant to be oppressive. They're meant to be expansive. We're seeking space, not depth. Take one more inhale, and then melt on the exhale. Soften your knees, let your head down, your arm down, recover. Okay. Same thing on the other side now. Knees bend, arms reach forward. See if you can get parallel with the ground. So it's kind of low, right? You feel the hips pull back. Take your gaze toward the middle of the front of the mat. That's better. Hands to heart center. Take it to the other side. Left elbow inside left knee. See if you can still feel that both feet are equally holding your weight. Sit back a little lower, lift the chest a touch higher, and then let's exalt the arms. See if we can find some space. Again, if the chin is just naturally drawing toward the chest, I encourage you to draw it back so your spine lengthens. Let's try straightening the right leg. Let that help you create more space on the right side. Make sure you're breathing and moving. And then we'll just let it go. Eyes down, hands down. Soften both knees, and we'll try that ragdoll roll up again. It's an integration moment where the muscles organize the bones, knees soften, belly draws in, and we roll up one vertebra at a time. Lift the shoulders, roll them back. Good. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway, lengthen as you look forward, and then walk it out into plank pose. Right there. We're going to roll onto our right side for Vashisthasana. So roll to the right. The feet can be one in front of the other, one on top of the other. Or you could take the top leg, bend the knee, and put the foot right on the mat in front of you for support. Yep. See if you can push down to rise up. Get a little more lift from the center. Take the gaze up to your thumb. It'll help you draw the head back in line. And then just release back to the mat, hand down. Good. Organize yourself and then take it to the other side. Seeking space, presence. Don't let your head get away from you. Be right here. Feel the texture of the mat beneath your hand, beneath your feet. Take the gaze up, one more breath. And then eyes down, hands down. Lower yourself down. Inhale for cobra, mindful movement. Exhale, downward facing dog. So in every pose, we're articulating the architecture of the body, moving the bones, stretching the muscles, activating and warming the fascia and the ligaments and the tendons. With every movement, we're massaging the internal organs and increasing the amount of oxygenation and vitality. Like, can we tune into that? Let's push back, inhale, and then look forward, walk your feet right up to the top of the mat. Lift and lengthen on your inhale, and then fold as you exhale. Bend your knees, chair pose. So our attention is inward. It's on the quality of the breath. We start to expand our awareness and our consciousness beyond the outer form. That's it. So it's not about perfection on the outside. It's what is really happening inside you in this moment. Now, if you were curious, you could stick your tailbone out a little and see what happens. And then maybe you tuck it under a little bit, see what happens. And then maybe you find that perfect place in between. Right? This is the journey of yoga. The articulation, the curiosity, the expansion, the space. We are seeking steady and effortless. So some of you are already praying for the moment you get out. That means you have lost present time. Take one more breath, sit a little lower, and then push through your feet and come up. Feel that. And then hands come right to the heart. Good. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. Let's go to plank and lower on the exhalation. Inhale, cobra pose, gently moving through the spine. Exhale, downward facing dog, and into our first warrior pose. Right foot steps up, left foot turns flat behind you. Rise up with the heart facing forward. Ground your feet. Again, this sensation of like, I know where my feet are, so I know where I am. Yep. We check in so that we are right here in this moment, on this mat, in this breath. When we make those things the priority, the shape of the pose just doesn't seem as important. Is your heart beating? Is your mind quiet? Are your feet grounded? Is there a way in this moment that you could create a little more space? Maybe right hip back, left hip forward, chest plate a little more forward. Now I'm going to ask you, just because I think you can, let's bend the right knee a little deeper. Keep pressing the left foot into the mat. And now reach up like you mean it. Yes, take a deep breath. Why wasn't that in there before? Exhale, flow it out. Hands down. Step back. Lower nice and slow. Inhale through cobra. And then exhale, down dog. We'll try it on the other side. Left foot steps, right foot flat. So as you articulate the body and as you come into the present moment, don't wait for something to happen. Don't wait for somebody to ask you to make it more vibrant and alive. Be in the fullest expression of your work. What is your desire in this moment? Do we want to amplify our energy? Do we want to ground our energy? Like, what is it that we want from our yoga? Yoga is like magic. It's alchemy. We are changing and shifting energy at will. That is the definition of magic, right? So what is it that we're doing in this moment? Please don't tell me that we're just standing here in a lunge waiting for the next cue. Breathe and feel alive. Move the prana through your body. Give me the fullest expression. One more breath. And then exhale, let's flow. Hands down, step back and lower. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nicely done, everyone. Again, warrior one. Warrior one. I said that weird. Right foot steps up, left foot turns flat. You laugh with me. Because I can almost guarantee if I didn't acknowledge it, you would have made fun of me right when class was over. All right, so both feet are grounded. Now, we've been here before. What did you learn? Are you depending on me to tell you how to feel in this pose? Or can you discover for yourself, where is it that you really thrive and want to be? Where do you feel so alive? Yeah, feel your feet on the ground. Reach for the sky. Make that breath move through you. That's it. Now hold your head and heart high, but take your arms down and then clasp them behind your back. We're going to take humble warrior. Go ahead, fold from the hips. Let the head down. Now, right hip back, left hip forward, just a little bit. The goal is not head to the floor. The goal is hip square and a little less pull on the hip flexor so that we can readjust the form, and then we come back up and see if we can feel something a little bit more expansive. Arms reach, take a breath. Exhale, let's flow it out. Find your rhythm. Exhale as you lower. Take a deep breath as you move through your spine, and then exhale as you press back to down dog. All right, same thing other side. Left foot steps, right foot flat. Give me the fullest expression right from the get-go. Don't wait for my cues. Your body knows. There is an intelligence and a memory, and there should be this curiosity as it's happening in the moment. Can you move things around just a little bit? Can you even out the weight? Can you make it steady and effortless? Yeah, some of you look magnificent right now in this moment, and it's not because your pose is perfect, it's because you're in it. Yes, you're breathing. I know that you're in your body. There's this consciousness and presence about you, and that is what yoga is trying to cultivate. Now, just for fun, let's bend the front knee a little more, just because I know that there's more in there. As the left knee bends, keep the right foot pushing. Chest plate forward. One inhale. Let's reach for the sky. And then exhale, flow it out. Hands down. Step back lightly. Lower slowly. Be in rhythm with your own breath. Cobra on the inhale. Exhale all of your air as you push back into down dog. Yes. Right foot's going to step up. Stay on your left toes. High crescent lunge. Yep, come on up. And then just turn to the left, ground the back heel, warrior two. Okay. That front knee is turned out, but it's turning from the toe, the knee, and the hip. It's not just the knee that's moving. You want to make sure your foot is in the same direction, forward. That's it. Now that we've put some attention into the front foot, can we also pay attention to the back foot? Yeah, all of a sudden I saw the legs awaken. Now we're going to make the left one a little straighter and the right one bends a little deeper. As that expansion happens, please lift the pelvic floor. Find some support in the middle. Good. For a moment, just feel where you are. And then on your inhale, we're going to take the arms up to the sky and straighten the front leg. That's your inhale. And then exhale, bend the knee and expand the arms back out. We call it pumping warrior. Again, inhale, arms reach, straighten the front leg. Exhale, bend back in. That's it. Again, inhale, reach up. This time go in a little deeper and hold. Both feet working. Drop the left arm down, reach the right arm up, exalt the warrior. Left arm down, right arm up, exalted warrior, reverse warrior. That's it. Now, nice and easy. I want you to start to lift the left arm, float it out to the side. And then take your gaze up to your right hand. And then let's take the left arm all the way up and grab the right wrist. Give it a little pull. Remember that support from underneath. Front knee is bent. Front knee is bent. Make sure you come down in there. Good. Return to warrior arms. Take a breath. And then straighten your front leg. Woo. Triangle pose. Just tip it to the right. Right arm down, left arm up to the sky. Keep it simple. Let's play with the lines. It takes presence to find alignment. It takes presence to really be aware of the sensations that arise. Where do you feel stuck? Where do you feel like you have more access? Can we do this pose in a way that is actually cultivating balance and equanimity? If the right inner thigh is pulling, can we contract the quadriceps and create a little more stability so that we don't pull on the knee joint? That's it. Go ahead and wrap your left arm behind your back. It'll help you open the chest a little more. Now, belly in, pelvic floor in. Find the rhythm of your breath. And then do not hold your breath. I want you to lift your right hand off your shin and place it on your heart. One arm wrapped behind, one wrapping in front. Holding yourself all the way out to the side, breathing. Because you can. Head back, chest open. Yes. Release your arms, one up, one down. And then when you feel steady in your feet, let's come back up to warrior two. Oh, I like it. Go ahead and straighten the right leg again. Turn the right toes in. Put your hands on your hips and take a forward fold. That should be a pretty beautiful moment. Go ahead and start walking your hands forward. Walk them out a little bit so that you feel like you're in this kind of big, wide open down dog. Heels stay grounded. Start to melt the chest down and move into the armpit chest a little bit. Yes, take a breath there. And then slowly, slowly start to walk the hands back in. Let's turn the hands around so the fingers point back behind you. And then round your spine. Tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, and kind of walk your hands through the feet a little bit toward the other edge of the mat. Nicely done. Let's see if you can walk the hands behind your feet. Walk them all the way through. Keep going. You might even go off the mat behind you. Use your feet to stay grounded. I feel my feet on the ground. I know where I am in this moment. Inhale, look up, come onto your fingertips. Hands come to your hips. Let's empty out the air. And then rise on an inhale. Good. Turn both feet forward. Face the front edge of your mat. And then gracefully step your feet together. Nice. Some not so nice, right? Grace. Feel your feet on the ground, and then we'll begin that whole sequence on the other side. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your in-breath. Let's go to plank and lower on the exhale. Inhale. Inhale for cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. So it's going to be a left foot, high crescent lunge. Left foot step, stay on the right toes. Come on up facing forward, and then we turn open to the right side for warrior two. The back heel goes flat. Take some time to really organize your body. We want to make sure that front foot is turning to the front edge of the mat. The toes are turning out, the knee turns out, the hip has that external rotation. That's it. Now I know we put a lot of attention to the front leg. I'd rather you put some attention to the back leg. It's really important, and it keeps the front one from burnout. That's it. Expand your arms, your chest, hold your head high. That's it. Now, pumping warrior. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, bend back into the knee. Each time, curiously expanding. Breathe in, reach up. As you exhale, dive in a little deeper. Arms up, inhale. Third time, we stay. We go in just a little bit more. Hold, and reverse the warrior. Right arm down, left arm up. Breathe. So again, I see chins tucking toward the chest. Let your head back. There it is. And you want to make sure that front foot and that front knee are turned open and coming to you. Yep, now bend it. That's it. That one's going down so you can go up and you stay in sync and balance. Yep. All right, we're going to look up toward the left hand, start to float the right arm out, and then bring it all the way up. Grab the left wrist and give yourself a little pull. Ooh, yummy. Into the side waist. Keep lifting the pelvic floor. Don't lose the support in the middle. Last breath. Return to your warrior two arms. Straighten your leg and just say it. We didn't say it on the first side. Yeah. Triangle pose. Legs are straight, arms are straight. We just tip. Left hand moves down the shin. Draw the tailbone down so you can take the head, neck, and shoulders back. As we really approach this pose, we want to keep it simple. The lines are simple. When we try to go too far, we lose it. We hinge at the hips. Our booty ends up behind us and our head in front of us. So try to line it up. Think about it. How you place yourself in space. Top arm, right arm wraps behind. Check in. Make sure you're breathing. If you already went too deep, you're not going to be able to hold the other variation. So maybe the hand comes up the shin. The spine becomes supported. Yes. All right. Let's lift the left hand off the shin, place it on the heart. Keep breathing. Both legs are straight here. So it's not a side angle, it's a triangle. Hand on the heart. Feel your heartbeat. Breathe. Breathe. I feel my feet on the ground. I feel my heart beating in my chest. It is good to be alive. Let's expand our arms back out. Start softening that front knee and then come back to warrior two. Take a breath. And then when you are ready, we flow it out. Step back. Lower slowly. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, let's walk our hands back to our feet. Keep the feet wide. Let's actually take them out to the width of the mat. That's it. Bend the knees about 90 degrees. Sweep the arms behind you. So the hips drop low, the heart lifts a little high. So if it feels like you have bottoms up, let's drop the hips lower, lift the chest, look at the front edge of your mat. Good, I like what I see. Try not to flare the front ribs out. Pull the front ribs in, feel the engagement of the core. Now lift your arms higher than your body. Feel the triceps. Straighten the elbows. Reach fiercely through your fingers. And then clasp your hands together. Keep that energy alive behind you. Squeeze a little more in the shoulder blades. We have one more breath. And then exhale, fold in. Just feel it all. Keep the clasp. Don't let go of those arms. Yeah, especially the ones who need it the most. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Draw that head down. Okay. Let's really keep that chest wide open and the upper back a little contracted. And then bend your right knee like we did earlier, but lean your weight into your left leg. Lean into the left side. There you go. So the straight one gets the attention. The head hovers over the left foot. There might even be a little twist there. And then switch to the other side. Left knee bends, right leg straightens. We lean right. Head over the right foot. I like what I see. All right. Find your center. Release your arms. Say it. Yeah. Let's soften the knees, pull in the belly button, and roll up slowly. Take your time. Beautiful. Inhale, both arms reach. Good. Exhale, take the hands behind you. Grab your opposite elbows behind your back. That's good. Push the forearms into the lower back so the sacrum draws down, and then take a little standing back bend. Use the forearms to kind of push the tailbone slightly down, and then lift your chest and pull the elbows back. See if you can feel all that upper back work, collarbones and chest open. Take care of your neck. The head only drops back if it's willing. Don't force it. All right, come back to center. Let's release our arms. Inhale, both arms reach. Good. Exhale. Release your arms behind you. We're going to bend our elbows and we're going to push our knuckles together, right? So the knuckles push and we take them a little higher onto the rib cage. You can feel the back of the hand push into the rib cage. The knuckles push into each other. And then once again, tailbone slightly down. Let's lift the chest. Pull the elbows and the shoulders back and then lift the gaze. Yeah. Back bend into the thoracic spine. Pull those elbows back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Just let the collarbones widen. That's it. Tailbone down. Try not to stick the booty out. It'll give you more freedom. If you stick the tailbone out, lumbar is at a big back bend. So we want to kind of neutralize that and get the curve to be higher. That's it. And then release. Let your arms go. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, third try. We're going to come into reverse namaste, which means like hands in prayer, but behind your back. And if that sounds completely absurd, you go back to the knuckles or you go back to the grabbing the forearms, right? We have 3 options. Good. Now, start to fold halfway. Keep the flat back. As you come into that forward fold, your hamstrings may speak to you. That's it. That's why we have a little wider stance here. Make sure your heels are as wide as your mat. Heels are as wide as the mat. The feet should be more toe in and heel out. Just think about that. Toes in, heels out. Flat back, so you should be able to look at the front of your mat. It's not a deep forward fold, it's a flat back. Takes a little bit more muscle to hold it against gravity. All right. Now, nice and slow, rise back up. You guys still with me? Take a breath. Leave your hands. We're going to fold in again, this time with the knees bent 90. Now, playfully, see if you can twist and put your left elbow inside your left knee. Sometimes you have to lift the left heel to get the knee and the elbow to connect. Yep, you got it. Put that elbow on the inside. Twisting open to the right. Now straighten the right leg. Beautifully done, everyone. Let's soften both knees. Look down. And then come back up to center. One more side, then we'll let go of the arms, I promise. Fold halfway, start to bend your knees.
Sitting at the lotus feet of Lakshmi.
Right elbow inside right knee. If you have to pick up the right heel to make the connection, do it. Twisting open to the left. You're still breathing. Elbow is inside the leg. Chest open, look up. We're almost there. Look down. Start to rise up. Now, with a big sound, let your hands go. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Good, as you hang there, let's interlace our fingers. Draw some figure eights with your knuckles. Just move a little bit more freely through the wrist. Switch the direction. Sensation brings us into present moment, but then it often sends us off into a story. Can we just ease the discomfort? And then we ragdoll it up. Let the arms hang. Soften the knees, pull in the belly, come on up. Lift and roll the shoulders back. We should be ready to move. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your in-breath. Walk it out into plank. Be gentle with the hands. Lower down nice and slow. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's step the right foot forward and place the left knee down. So we'll be in a low lunge this time. Just kind of lean a little bit into the front leg. Come up on your fingertips, lift your chest. Think about the left hip bone drawing down just a little lower. And the head and chest lifting just a little higher. That's it. And then take your time, start walking your hands back. The right leg will straighten, the hips kind of stick up and out behind you for Ardha Hanumanasana, a half split. So right leg straight, hips back. That's it. Head up, chest up. Onto the fingertips, flat back here. Again, keeping a little tone in the upper back. Last breath. And then reestablish the lunge, bending into the right knee, and we'll take the right foot over to the left for pigeon pose. You can do pigeon on your back. You can do it with both legs in a fire log or a double pigeon pose seated. Lots of variations here. Go ahead and lay yourself down in there. I feel the texture of the mat beneath me. I feel my breath running through me. I'm starting to imagine all of the other beautiful effects that are happening within me as I rearrange the architecture of my body. As I increase the circulation into all the nooks and crannies. As I place some compressive force on some places and lighten the load on others. I am here and I am ready. And I feel it all. I'm not going to let my mind take me away from this precious moment. This moment is real. It deserves a little bit of tenderness and sensitivity. And know that it is honing your skill of presence. It's been said a million different ways. Be here now, right? And that might mean making adjustments. That would mean honoring yourself and listening to the body. Take one more breath. And when you're ready, start to walk some weight back up onto your hands. Tuck your left toes under and float the right leg all the way up into the sky. It's a one-leg down dog. Try not to kick and flail the leg, but let it recover. Let the hip open up, let your toes stretch for the sky. Go ahead and spread all the toes on that right foot. And then really gently place it back down on the mat behind you. Paddle your feet for a moment so you move your toes, ankles, knees, and hips. Let's push back for one breath. And then on the exhale, left foot steps, right knee goes down. And we're going to lean in a little bit to the front leg. Just feel that sensation. Try not to let your knee go in front of your toes, though. You want to make sure your foot made it all the way to the front of the mat, because otherwise the knee goes in front of the toes. That's a lot of pressure, especially because we're pretty enthusiastic about leaning into the stretches. So let's protect our joints. Head up on the fingertips, lift your head and chest, a little elongation in the spine. That's it. And then just simple Ardha Hanumanasana. We walk the hands back. We straighten that left leg, maybe flex the foot, lift the head and chest. Keep it simple. I mean, some of you can grab your leg and try to find your balance, but let's not fold in. Let's lift the head and chest so the spine is long, the leg is long. There's extension in both at this moment. Yeah. I love how some of you know that you can do the full split and you have gone for it. Yes, it's always the option. For those of us that have a regular practice and we know the variations, I welcome you to take them. That's it. And then when you're ready, reestablish the lunge, bend that left knee, and then we'll move the left foot over to the right for your pigeon pose. The foot moves over to the other side, but the left knee stays on the left. That's it. And then you maybe drop down onto your forearms. Try not to lean so heavy to the left side. We want to make sure, yes, that that knee stays to the side and your body weight stays kind of centered. Weight is on the forearms or laying flat. And we are here in this park on our mats on this beautiful Saturday. And we are breathing and allowing ourselves to just feel, not to daydream, not to worry, but to pause and breathe and notice exactly what we feel. And that experience is multifaceted. It's not so simple that it can't hold our attention. What's exposed in this moment are the layers of our humanity, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. You never know what's going to come up. Your job is to bear witness, to stay with it, to feel and to breathe, to catch yourself if you disassociate or time travel. Let's go ahead and take 2 more breaths. And then you'll start to lift your head, walk your hands in under you. The right toes will tuck this time and gracefully step that left leg all the way up. Don't even step it, reach it for the sky. Let the hip recover. We were just laying in on that leg. Open the hip. Straighten the leg behind you. Breathe. That's it. And then we'll place that foot down and paddle the feet. Making sure you bend the toes, you move the ankles. You bend your knees and you let your hips kind of move up and down, side to side. And then I offer you the chance to take one last vinyasa or to gracefully come into a seated position. So you either come to a seat or you move through one last flow. And don't do what your neighbor does. Do what your heart asks you to do. Allow the yoga to open a space for the truth. Left hand on your heart, please. And then right hand on your left hand. Take a moment. After all the movement, after all the breathing, you know, the poses give us something to do. They help us stay focused. But what happens when the poses stop? Can we still do the work? Can we keep our mind on the breath so we stay in the moment? Can you still feel that mat beneath you? Do you have a sense that you are still right here in this park, surrounded by like-minded friends, community, each and every one of us still and breathing, helping to hold space for each other. In just a few minutes, this park is going to be empty. And could you imagine if you were sitting here all by yourself with your eyes closed and breathing? How different that might feel. How you might feel unsafe and you might want to open your eyes. And how beautiful it is to feel held by the community around you. This is a precious moment. Take it in. Something amazing about belonging and not feeling alone. Even as each of us individually does our work and peels away the layers of our own story. Let's all take a really long, full inhale. And then a vocal exhale, a little sound comes out. And just take your hands down, right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Take a little spinal twist. Chest lifts, gaze goes out to the left. As your body wants to turn to the left, can you keep your tailbone down and just keep the sit bones grounded? Just really gently tip your left ear toward your left shoulder. Just tip the ear toward the shoulder. Let the side of the neck get a tiny bit of stretch. And then lift your head back up. And we'll just gently come around to the other side. So the body turns right, but we stay grounded in the pelvis. Both sit bones and the tailbone kind of low, kind of even. Spine grows tall, and then right ear, right shoulder. Just tip a little bit to the side. I know you feel that. No one is immune. And then the head rises. We come back to center. Let's unfold our legs. We have them all folded in different ways. Let's take the feet out in front, bend the knees, and put them flat on the ground. Straighten up through your spine and reach your arms forward. Let's lean back. You have the option to keep your feet on the ground and imagine you're squeezing a ball, or lift your feet off the ground. Yeah? Now instead of squeezing a ball, why don't you touch toes, ankles, and knees together? Squeeze into the midline. You got it. Now, I know. Yep, come on up. Boat pose. Yep. This pose, for some reason, really gets under our skin. It contorts your faces in the weirdest ways. And there's not really one muscle in your face that you need to do this pose effectively, right? So soften your eyes, soften your lips. Let's broaden the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades back, yes. Take one more breath right where you are. And then gracefully put your feet back down. Start to round your spine, tuck the tailbone and the chin, and now roll yourself all the way flat down onto your back. Go ahead, roll down one vertebra at a time.
You are my mother, my father, my brother, my friend.
Once you get there, you can pull the right knee into the belly, give it a little squeeze.
Are everything to
As you
me.
squeeze the right one in, extend the left one long.
Oh God, you are my mother.
And then simply switch, just a little bit of balancing in the pelvis.
You are my knowledge and my only love.
See if you can go beyond the outer form.
The God of all gods.
Right now, all of this is massaging into the colon, the ascending colon, descending colon, and then both knees in, transverse colon. You know, there's just so much beauty to the yoga, so much more happening inside if we just pay attention. So both knees come in, give yourself a little squeeze. Maybe rock a little side to side, pressing into and softening the tissue around the kidneys and the adrenal glands. So we play with the architecture and we effect really beautiful and loving changes to the other tissues. Let's take both knees over to the right. And as you do, try to soften. Let go of effort. We've been working hard, articulating and adjusting and fixing for an hour. See if you have just as much skill at letting go. Start with your fingers and your toes. Work from the external into the deepest part of you. The only movement is the breath. Now, nice and slow, we'll roll all the way over to the other side. No distraction. We find our stillness as the world continues to move around us. Nice and slow, find your way back to the center. You can give your knees one more squeeze and then go ahead and release your legs all the way down. Each moment, each breath, we come into this moment. When you're ready, just begin to breathe and move gently in your own way, in your own time. Gather yourself up. Do it in a mindful way. Remember, you're still doing yoga. Articulating the body, moving the architecture, massaging the inner organs. It's all happening all day long, not just on the mat. So at some point today, as you move into whatever it is you'll be doing, I want you to stop and say, I feel my feet on the ground. I know where my feet are, so I must know where I am. I am here right now, in this moment. Could be driving your car, in conversation with someone that really matters. I promise you, you turn on that presence when you're in that conversation, your relationship will change. When we are present, we listen. When we are present, we see. When we are present, we're aware not only of ourselves, but of the others around us. I think it's worthy of trying. I appreciate so much that you spent the last hour trying with me. And I am really humbled by your presence and your dedication to your practice and your trust in me. I never ever take that lightly. Let's together close the practice with the beautiful and sacred sound of Om. Take this down. All right, hands together at the heart. One full deep breath in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om peace, peace, perfect peace. Loka samasta sukino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. May the actions of my life and all of our lives somehow contribute to that happiness and to that freedom for all. May we all know peace. All of our brothers and sisters, all sentient beings, we all deserve to know that peace. May we all belong. May we all feel held. And may we never feel alone. Thank you so much for coming out today. Namaste. Happy Saturday, everyone. Happy Saturday. Thank you so much. So a couple things, I don't know where, the clipboards are here, so if you want to come on up and grab a clipboard, sign your name for the city, please. We also have a few passes. I'm getting low on passes. I'll refill the box next week. So if you have not been to my studio, I can have you come as my guest. I'd like to give you a pass and share that experience with you. Yoga Journey Studio. I'm Leslie Glickman. Most of you know, a lot of you have already traveled with me. I have a few trips coming up through the end of this year. The next one is going to be in August. August 3rd to the 11th, we're going to Alaska. Before it melts away, it is melting away into the sea every moment that passes. I'm not going to go into the cause. We have a lot of different reasons why that could be happening, right? So, but I want to see it before it changes too drastically. So we're taking a luxury cruise, but it's a little one. I don't really like the big ships. No offense to cruisers, but I went on one. I got norovirus. Probably won't do another big giant ship, thousands of people on it. I was even the guest of the captain. Even being VIP didn't help me from not getting sick, right? So this ship, instead of having 3,000 plus another 3,000 crew, 6,000 people, this one's going to have 500 people on it. That's it. It's a mini cruise line. It's called Silver Seas. Each cabin is a suite. They're only outside cabins, so everyone has a balcony and a window, and you have a butler. So it will be some really, really nice treatment. You get picked up at your home. You will fly out of the airport of your, whatever your choice, your local airport. We all come into Vancouver for the night. So we're flying from different places. Everyone will spend the night in Vancouver, and we board the ship in Vancouver on August 4th. So we fly on the 3rd. We're on the ship from the 4th to the 11th, and then we fly home. I have space reserved on the deck for our yoga and meditation practice every day, and excursions selected for the group to go out in each port. So if anyone's interested in coming to Alaska, come and see me. I think it's going to be magical, really, to do this practice on deck with like glaciers around us in the morning. I don't know. Sounds pretty freaking amazing to me. Help with the chairs. If anyone has an extra hand, it looks like we may actually almost be done. And if there is still a random clipboard out somewhere, just bring it forward. There's only 2 today? Okay. Thank you. So I have them here. If you haven't signed in yet for the city, please do. Alaska? Yes. So yogajourney.com. My studio, like the website, has all of the details and the link to register. Do you have questions?
Do you know by any chance when the school year starts in August?
I think it's the week after that.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah.